Music producer, music artist, music engineer, graphic designer, video director, Union City's own. God damn it. Wait a second. He now has a podcast show?
Oh my God. Shut the front door. What?
Now, direct from the Room Label Studios in Union City, New Jersey, it's your host, Famine, on the Tony Central Podcast.
Let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned into the Tony Central Podcast, and this is your host speaking, Famine. How y'all doing? We definitely in the building now. Before we start this episode, I definitely want to say Happy New Year's. 2017 is finally here. So now I got my guests in the building, Sci and Kumba. What up, y'all?
Yo, what's good?
How y'all been, man? I'm good, man.
Word, man.
That's what's up. Not C's. You don't go by C's no more. Why you change your name?
What's up, man? I changed my name more so cause I just needed a different vibe, you know. C's, my middle name is Caesar.
Yeah.
So C's kind of came from that. It was just like a shorter way to say my middle name.
Well, definitely before.
Michael was, I'm sorry to cut you off, because Michael was too long and shit. So, you know what I mean? So niggas was just calling me C's, and it was just my name from like the block and also my music name. And when it came to like copyrights and, you know what I mean, just trying to be original and leave my own stamp, I felt like I just needed to drop C's.
But what you you new name you using now?
It's Sci.
But where you got that from? Like, what made you use that?
I used to like watch a lot of beat making tutorials and shit like that.
Yeah. And
I used to watch P-Rock and all these motherfuckers make the beats on MPC because I wanted to learn. And they always used to be like, yo, there's a science to this shit. There's the science, whatever. So originally, I would call myself after C's. My name was The Science. But then I felt like it was too like, I don't know, like professorish and shit, you know what I mean? So I was like, I gotta change this shit. So I just shortened it and I just called myself Sci. And it sounded like, you know what I mean?
You know what's dope? I'm gonna let you know right now, we probably never really hanged out, but somehow we always still communicated through social media. We always give each other props. I seen Kumba a lot of times in different events, and just like I've seen you guys. What were you up to now? Because I know you were part of a group before. TCMG?
Yeah, word. Right now I'm just really working on my project 2992. I've been trying to just really focus on the music aspect of things because I've kind of been doing a little bit of everything, like from events to like being in the group and doing the group album joint, like trying to produce records, being the cameraman at the events, you know what I mean, doing mad shit. Yeah. So I was like, yo, I really was losing touch of like why I started doing this, so I went back to the music and.
But are you still part of the group, or you went your own ways?
Nah, I went my own way, you know what I mean? I felt like we just had a difference of opinion and direction on where we wanted to go.
Okay. And you, where you were raised at?
I was raised in Union City. I was born in Cali, and then I moved here when I was like 1 or 2. I was like 1 and a half. And I lived on 48 for like 12 years of my life in Union City. So I was raised in Union City.
Oh, okay. So what made you get into rapping?
Fucking, to be honest, it was my boy T Torres. My boy T Torres, he had a studio in his basement, like on the floor and shit. And I was mad cool with his mom, so I was always being able to stay over there and shit. And we just started recording my records. If it wasn't for him, I really don't think I'd be doing it. Like I always used to write. I've been writing since I would always say like I was like 9, 10. But I didn't know what I was doing. I was just writing, you know what I mean? Whatever the fuck I wanted to write. But it just happened around. Like even when I was in class and I do the little picture prompt joints and shit that they doing. Every time, you know, the teacher make you recite your shit in front of the class and shit. Yeah. I'd be mad nervous to recite my shit, so I would just say the whole shit fast all the time. And niggas would be like, yo, you sound like you rapping. Yeah. So then that's kind of how I started dabbling, and Toys just gave me that push. So we was just.
But you started as a solo artist first?
Nah, we was in a group. He was in a group called, we went by a couple names. I think first it was Getting Money, ENT. It was me, Torres, and my nigga Kevin Nah. He don't rap no more, but he's some nigga I know from Union City. I was mad cool with him. I grew up with him. And it was in mad groups. We went from Get Money to Paper Chase to So Original, and then Torres started his own thing, and I started my own thing because I was back and forth, like bouncing from Jersey to PA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you before we started recording, behind the scenes, you told me that you're not living around here no more. You moved out.
Yeah, I moved out. I'm living in PA now, man, because it's just the cost of life is just so much cheaper. I got a real good, you know what I mean, pay over there, stuff that's bringing in the money, and I mean, I get to focus better on this music shit, you know what I mean? Now I get to travel and really make the power moves that I wanted to make before. Plus, I got a son, you know what I mean?
But you recording your music over there?
Nah, I always come back here and I record, but I'm about to do that and just make my setup over there because I feel so stagnant when I'm over there, you know what I mean? I'm not here, I can't record all the studios because I'm in the cut. I'm not really like in Philly. I mean, I'm like in the Campos and shit, you know what I mean? So it's hard, man, but it makes it worth it whenever I do come back here.
That's what's up. So what is it that you're trying to do? Are you trying to do it as a trying to be a music artist, or because I know I there was a period of time I saw you went into the battling world a lot too. So do you consider yourself a battle rapper, or you more as a music artist or a lyricist?
I was never really a battle rapper, man. I know it sounds cliche because everybody says that who battled, but nah, man. I never really had a history of battling before the league. Yeah. I'm lying, because right before I started the league, I battled in the Bronx. Shout out to Counselor, 16 bars. That was where I first battled. I battled some nigga named Combat from North Bergen, and I spanked him. And then, yeah, shout out to Combat. So yeah, that's why I first battled that. And then my man's Coombs that came back from Florida. My bad. Yeah, came back from Florida. And he was just like, yo, I feel like there's something missing in the city. I want to do something different. So he was like, yo, let's do battle raps. And I was like, yo, you know what I mean? Over here in Jersey, the scene, for me, for battle raps, I didn't really see it get that popping like that, you know, for random dudes and people really coming to these events and shit like that. So I was like, yo, if we do it, the only way we could do it, I feel like would be make it pop is to just get niggas, like these niggas that everybody knows makes music forever, to get them to battle each other. You know what I mean? That's how the hype go around it. So we did that. We booked, our first call was Moochie versus Chase.
Which that event was very successful.
Yeah, that event was dope, you know what I mean? And we didn't charge nobody. That event was probably the most out of pocket for everybody at the time.
But let me ask you a question, because we have Kumba in the building too. Why is it that you think you like after that event it didn't look like it was, your other events wasn't as successful as that one? Like that one was so much hype behind it, and then when it happened, it was huge.
I just feel like it's because of the shock value. Like it's never been done before, at least not for our generation. Like you know what I mean? For my era, for the dudes and me coming up, who I knew grew up making music. Like we really, when I was coming up, there wasn't a battle scene in Jersey, at least where it wasn't as official as our shit. You know what I mean? On that scale. So it was just the shock value of it being the first time. And it was really good, but I gotta remember, a lot of people who came to that event, because it was a free event, was just there because it was a free event. You know what I'm saying? It was different when you get people to actually pay for something. You know what I mean? Especially how much we was charging, because it's sometimes, you know what I mean, it's a bitch to get a lot of these matches booked after a while. Like the first one was cool. Everybody was like, yeah, we'll help you out. But after it got a little bit lit, it was like, people want to start charging to battle. You know what I'm saying? And it's everybody got their own conditions, so
who came out with Biggs, the league?
Big?
That was the name of the league, right? Or B.I.G, because I don't understand whether it was B.I.G or Big.
It was Battle in the Garden. With copyright, it was Battle in the Garden. B.I.G is just the initials that we use. But it was me and Coombs. Me and Coombs came up with Battle in the Garden. It was our idea, and we manifested it. We planned it out. I came up to the boy at the original time. It was 4 of us when we first did it. It was me and Coombs first. Then my nigga Eli came on board, where he was, you know what I mean, when I was cool with him. Eli came on board and he was like, yo, I'm down with the vision, this, that, and the third. And we was like, whatever, that's cool. It was more help, you know what I mean? Yeah. So then it was me, Coombs, and Eli. We was doing our thing, booking the battles, trying to do this, trying to do that, running around the city, trying to really make this shit go down. And then another member from my crew joined in the shit. And then we was doing it, we did it. It was like mad a hassle to get it done because so much venues didn't want to book us because of the fact that it was a battle rap and there was gonna be problems around it and all that shit.
Well, anytime you're trying to book a hip hop show around here, it's gonna be impossible. Just because people don't know how to enjoy themselves. Everybody always wants to beef, and people bring old school shit back, and they always wanna.
It was so crazy that the mayor tried to shut us down, and he couldn't even shut us down. You know what I'm saying? We had our event right next to another event that the mayor had and shit right there in Switzerland Park. They couldn't even shut us down.
That was crazy, man.
It was the Battle in the Garden. It was definitely something beautiful. It definitely will come back, you know, but more towards like showcases and then not of battles. There's still gonna be battles, you know, but we're not gonna be really focused on the battle scene and things like that. Like so I said, I was in Florida in like the first half of 2014, and you know I came back from Florida and shit, and when I came back, I saw the scene, you know, try to get back into the music and get back to the people that I started music with in the first place and things like that. And I saw that everybody was making videos, you know, just rapping. Everybody was saying they the best. You know, they were like, it was just like everybody, like, you know, just coming out, dropping projects, like, oh, we the best, or I'm the best. I was like, all right. So I came up to Sci, and I was like, yo, my boy was good. Like, you know, there's mad artists out here, you know. And I prior to, before Battle in the Garden, I used to do Grind Time East Coast and Where Animals Attack with Real Deal Radio. I used to be
I remember that.
I used to film the battles back in the day and shit. So I was like, yo, we should bring that element out here. Like, you know, it was something different. I ain't seen nobody else doing it, you know, and I knew it would be epic, you know.
Where were you doing that at?
The Grind Time East Coast. I was out in New York, you know, with Poison Pen and the whole team, Famine, Sarah Connor, some people from the EO Dub, Jesse James, Dutch Vega.
What, Pulley Hustle was part of that too?
Hustle, yeah. We was on the camera team and things like that. We was the ones behind the camera. And that was in like 2010 though. But back to the Battle in the Garden, I came back to Sci and I was like, yo, battle rap would be crazy out here. And he was like, at first he was like, nah. And I broke it down to him. He was like, yo, that sound legit. You know, the concept was crazy. So we thought about everything from the get. One day we just put mad ideas together how it would go down, and you know we just bring it to the public. And then at first a lot of people were skeptical. And you know, a lot of people were skeptical, but a lot of people wanted it to go down. A lot of people wanted to see it go down, but they didn't think it was gonna go down. You know, there was a lot of doubt, but we made it happen. You know, and we had like 6-7 events. You know, like the first event was successful, but we had other successful events that, you know.
Yeah, facts, man. I honestly feel like the first one was our worst event as far as like battle rap goes and battle rap culture.
Yeah.
I feel like the first one was like a lot of hoopla and strings.
Well, you were
and
testing the waters basically too.
Yeah, because I feel like the first event was like, it was cool because it was a shock factor and there was so many people and it was a packed out venue. But as far as battles, like the battles, I don't even, me personally, as much as I love that event, it's my baby. You know what I mean? Because I battled in that event myself.
Yeah.
And
was that the only event you battled?
Yeah, no.
In Battle in the
Garden,
yes.
Yeah, that was the only event I battled, which was just to kick it off as well. Because I mean, T.Y. at the time, he had battled in 16 bars as well, so it just made sense. And
now my question is that I found interesting in the main event you guys choose. Because Moochie, I heard of Moochie before, not because of battle rap, but when I used to have my studio in Sip Street, he used to record a lot with Lefty.
Yeah,
and who else, I think? The producer.
Mula,
yeah, they used to record it, so that's how I seen him before. But the other dude, what was his name again?
His name is Chase now.
Chase. What made you pick Chase and him as the main event?
I don't. To be honest, I don't remember. I remember picking Moochie. I want to see if Kumba tell a story, but I remember picking Moochie just because I know he was always with Left, and they had mixtapes, you know, Calvin and Haas and all that shit.
Yeah.
But my most memorable moment of him in music, you know what I mean, it was when I saw him battle. Like, he was battling some dude, it was in his room, and he was just going off. You know what I mean? And he was consistent, he just ate this nigga. So I remember seeing that from a while back, and I was like, yo, maybe he battles. But that form of battle is different than it is now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Obviously, when he battled in that video, it was way older than when we did Battle in the Garden. So
definitely,
it was two completely different styles. But like you said, we were just testing out the waters and seeing what our options were. Like, who could we actually get to battle? So yeah.
Yeah. And Chase, I knew Chase.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I know Chase like back from like high school, and he always was rapping, and he was down with a team back then called Chill Gang, and I was I was a fan of, like, I'm still a fan of his music now.
But he considered himself as a music artist or more of a battle rapper?
Music artist. He's more of a music artist. But I knew, like, he rapping. I like, when we thought about the battle in the Garden, we thought about people that would do it, because we reached out to a lot of artists, and you know, not a lot of people were with it, and like we approached him and he was with it from the get. He was like, shit, I'll do it. And Moochie was like, shit, I'll do it too. So we was like, shit, and they both nice, so we put them together and
no, I enjoyed doing that. The one with you and Ty, and then the other one with Buck 50 and
Julian King.
That one was dope too.
Yeah, that was dope. I feel like that was the best one from that event.
That battle right there. That was the battle that made history. That was the one that was the first one the first battle in the Garden. You know, that was the first battle.
Yeah, because that was the first battle that ever went down. Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. Do you guys think, and this is me speaking from a fan perspective, because I don't know what was going on behind the scenes. I'm seeing it from outside looking in. Always on the when you guys created the chat room and people used to go crazy. You know what I mean?
Yo, that chat room was crazy. Yo.
My thing is, what do you think lead to the B.I.G. the league to fall apart? And what I mean by that is for the simple fact, because this is me seeing it, like I said. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but this is me seeing it. As a fan from what you guys were doing, I saw the battle between, well, not saw, but heard about the battle between Chris Major and Dre 201. And you guys put a lot of hype behind it, especially because this was going to be the first event you guys did that was going to be money behind the battle.
It wasn't our first event, it was our second.
No, I'm sorry, not event, but the first
the money
match.
Battle. Yeah, it was
money.
the second.
Who was the first one?
It was
Chris Major versus Rio.
And Rio?
Yeah, that was for like
Chris
4
Major.
bills. Yeah.
Was that recording and everything?
Yeah, it's out.
Online. Mostly all our
Chris
battles
Major
on.
versus Rio.
Chris
Major versus Rio.
You want to hear a fun fact?
What?
Chris Major actually hit us up and begged to pay me money to take down that battle. It's a fun fact for you.
But so it's not up there.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there.
When was this?
It was like our second event. Our second event.
Yeah.
It was an event. No. Yeah, you guys are right. I'm sorry. I'm bugging. But I guess the reason why the Chris Major one and Dre 201 stands out more is because they went in.
Not
as far as talking crazy on the chat, that's what I'm trying to say. It was so much hype behind it, and then money started going crazy.
To be honest,
you know, we're gonna put it this.
They kind of messed up that battle themselves, man.
That's what I'm saying.
They messed that battle up themselves because I was in the chat with Dre and Chris Major, bro.
Yeah.
And if they both real niggas, they could vouch for this. I was the one telling this nigga, yo, they were both like rah at each other the whole time, but not really being like, come on, man, how you gonna really want to battle someone? You're about to put a 1,000, 500, whatever it was at the time, but you're threatening to mess up the event. Like y'all both don't really want this money. Like y'all both just playing. I felt like I was like,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Stop,
the reason why I'm saying it, like going back to the question I asked, is because I guess everybody, if they would have saw that event would have happened, and whoever would have won got the money, I think that would have set the platform for you guys to do more events, and people would have been like, you know what, this is getting serious now, you know.
One thing I want to say, Dre did show up with the money and with his people. He was ready to battle. You know, Chris Major did not show his face at all. He was at another event. You know, it took a female, you know, to get a hold of him. You know, and another thing I want to say, I don't think it was really that battle or battles that just led the fall of Battle in the Garden. I feel like it was really more like behind the scenes stuff, like just politics with just real life and things like that. Cause that battle, it was like that
battle was a light battle.
It was
that battle was just a money battle. It was like hype around it, but like when it comes to battles and terms, like it was Dre 201 versus Chris Major. Chris Major choked before when he battled, and Dre 201 was not known for having, you know, stellar performances. So he was trying to make a comeback because niggas was coming at him on the page like he can't battle. Yeah. So that battle, it was hype around it, and it was a money battle. And shout out to Dre, you know what I mean, for coming through and showing up and doing his part. Much respect. But to us, when we book the battles, like, I don't know, I feel like we be booking battles that we don't put as main events sometimes that are the harder battles. Like we was booking main events a lot of the times around hype and grudge matches. But majority of times, if you actually went to an event and you saw a battle of the night, Majority wasn't the main event.
It wasn't the main event.
Yeah,
So-
I feel like the middle show always took the show. Like the middle.
Yeah,
match.
so you know what I mean. Like to me, to be honest, I felt like people always tell me like, "Yo, sorry, this that battle in the garden." I was like, "Yo, the last event I threw, everybody was there. Like you were
You could see
there. You
everybody
know what I
on
mean?"
camera.
So I was like, until I throw an event where nobody comes, then niggas could tell me,
That
"Yo,
is-
battle in the garden is
It's
full."
full. It's
But
definitely-
until I don't throw an event, you know what I'm saying, and until then, all of my events always been successful. Always more than 100 people go packed. Sometimes niggas can't get in. You know what I mean? It's always epic moments. It's history. It's things niggas haven't done
Yeah.
here. You know
No,
what
it
I
was
mean?
dope. I think
So-
you guys were really doing.
So
Yeah.
in that sense, like,
Do you
that's what I
think?
always say to
Do you
people.
think a lot has to do also too with always trying to force to get a location for the
Yes
event?
and no. Yes.
Like if you had, let's say, a steady home for it,
Oh, then we could
it
do
would
it.
have been a 100%.
If we had a steady home for it, we probably would have been good. But a big reason also why Battle in the Garden like stopped was because it was a lot of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a lot of work, and it wasn't. When I did it because it was a dope idea out of the love, but it was causing us so much drama. Because think about it, if I book a battle, right, that a card that has 8 battles, I'm dealing with
The
16 niggas.
artists.
Yeah.
Alright, who all got ego, all grown men, who want this, who want that, all feel some type of way about everything. Don't understand business ethic. They just understand I rap. You know what I mean?
And
So-
they want.
So
yeah.
and meanwhile, I'm over here. You know what I mean? I got my own. I gotta take care of. I can't edit like 30 million videos. You know what I mean? Same time, be fucking worried about other shit, booking all the battles, doing the show itself. You know, being
beside-
cameraman. It was just a lot of shit that I was doing out of love that niggas thought like I was caking off for some reason. Like it was
Yeah.
retarded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think it's because it was here, honestly.
Yeah.
People from around here don't appreciate
Yeah,
nothing.
like,
Like, I'm
bro,
be
so-
honest with you. I go through it with music experience. I can imagine what you guys do it with events. And here, people is just, they don't want to support. You know what I mean? What I mean by support is just, like, why would you have an event? Well, not why would you have event. Why would you have this dope event and then try to go into to cause drama? You know what I mean? Because if people are renting out a place for you, giving you the opportunity, like, you know what, we don't do hip hop shows, but let's let one fly, see what really happens.
Yeah.
If you could show that you actually are professional and doing what you gotta do, yo, people are gonna let you rent. You know, they're bringing money to them. You know what I mean? But it's always drama, this and then it's like,
we
then-
could have always rented venues. The only thing is that it killed an aspect that we like. Like for example, the first event, you know what I mean, it was dope, but when
It
we
was
did
supposed to be more.
It was supposed to be more actually, because we had
More.
performances booked that night. But
Yeah.
you know, Hudson County shit. It was a fight at the end.
Yeah.
It wasn't
And
really a
some dumb
fight.
shit.
It was like
Yeah,
a little
scuffle.
scuffle, man.
Yeah, but whatever. It happened, and we couldn't do the performances. But Fee was supposed to perform that night.
was Seven
Seven
Tribes?
Tribes
Seven
was supposed to
Tribes.
perform that night.
Physical
Physical
Graffiti.
graffiti. Yeah.
It was very dope.
And fuck, hold on. But yeah, man. When we did that event in the room though, when we did the outline, that was just a completely different feeling, man. I don't know if you ever been to that room, but that room I feel like it's legendary when it comes to that battle shit, bro. Because it's a different feel. You got a room packed from wall to wall of like mad niggas and you know, females too. Everyone is smoking
Smoking
mad
mad
blunts. We
weed,
hotbox in this room drinking, and there's just one spotlight on these two, and they go in. And it's not a bed, you can't hear them. You know what I mean? They don't even need mics. They just going off, and it's just so different. Like it's a different feel from the big stage to when you really up close in the smaller room.
You
feel.
think you would have loved to do the first room first?
What do you mean?
No, I mean not the first. I'm sorry. The room that you're talking about. You wish your first event would have been in that room better?
Nah. The reason why we did that was to gain recognition, because you know what I mean, nigga. People here are so skeptical and haters about everything that it's like I could come out tomorrow and be like, yo, you know what I mean, I'm gonna try to do this with my life. People are like, fuck you, nigga. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna do that shit. This nigga ain't gonna do nothing. So we really had to show and prove. That's why we went with the huge ass fucking venue and the fucking free entry and all this big shit, because we wanted to prove to people like, yo, even though we young niggas, because we was, you know, we were like young little niggas and shit, we gonna make this shit happen. Because at first, a lot of people that we was booking was older than us, and we're like, y'all niggas ain't gonna do this shit.
You ain't gonna do this shit
So,
officially. We like, what? Watch.
So we did it, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people don't know, man. Like every Battle in the Garden video you see, I put out, how you call it, like I edited it, I cut it up, I shot it. Every vlog that you've seen from me or any previous group I was in, I shot it. Every event that you've seen besides the first one, even in the first one because I contributed, every event that you've seen besides the first one, I was not helped at all. How do I say it? Financially, with selling tickets, everything. I'm talking about everything. So that whole company.
I was with you, my nigga.
No, Kumba, of course, but he's in the room with me. You know what I mean? I think that's already known. You know what I mean? Kumba was coming with me to go here, go over
all
there.
The
So like,
and all that shit.
Big always ran by itself, and that
Now the chat room was crazy. I'm telling you.
The Big always ran by itself. What got misconstrued was the fact that I was in this group and I was going so hard for them for the group that even Big. If you remember the chat, there was a part in the chat where it was like, "Oh, fuck that! It's Big versus you know what I mean, TCMG,
whatever."
Because they was like, "Yo, C's, nah, fuck that, you Big, nigga." You know what I mean? I'm like, "But nah, this is TCMG," and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck do they even do?" You know what I mean? And then they'll be like,
so was that a little bit?
That was a little eye opener.
Is that something that set you back to leave the group?
No, that's not even. Like, I'm not even saying that to say that. I'm saying that in a sense where it was like, Big and TCMG was never really tied down to each other. I just made it like that. Yeah. Because it was the group I was part of. Yeah. I founded TCMG. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's, that's my.
Well, the reason why I ask you this is because you gotta understand, like, as people hear this or whatever, sometimes, especially me, like I'm an outsider listening to this, so sometimes it's easier to say and talk than you writing it on a chat. 'Cause sometimes you get so mad and you try to write so much, and it's like, you know. So it comes to the point that I started seeing it was like. The chat room was dope. I think everybody. It was a lot of hype about it, and what I love that it was a lot of people around the area that was showing love. They wanted to post their own videos and all that stuff. But then it was like some people would try to get disrespected. You know?
Yeah, it was just to me. People didn't. A lot of those niggas didn't really try to like
They didn't take it serious. Hold up. Let me say something. Like the one thing I wanted to say, like. There was a lot of love, and you know, we definitely appreciate that. I just wish the one thing, like I wish people took it more serious because it was more. A lot of people was more on that rah shit, but it was like okay, sometimes like the politics, like okay, like some artists didn't take it serious, like they didn't write all their rounds, you know what I'm saying? They didn't come prepared, or they didn't show up to battle, you know. They did like multiple times, you know. And it's like if you're gonna do this, like do this, you know. Like we're gonna put it out regardless, you know. We're not gonna take it down if you fuck up or your whole round. Like we're gonna put it up, you know what I'm saying? And some of the artists thought like, you know, like, oh, we're gonna go for the hype, and then you know, like they're not gonna put it up. Like we put almost every video. There's maybe like 1 or 2 battles that ain't up, and that's because like we don't have all the rounds. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason for that. But other than that, like a lot of artists didn't take it serious. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why. One of the reasons why we kind of stopped doing it, like, you know, we stopped doing it because the artists didn't take it serious. And there was a lot of artists that was like, yo, we want to do it. But then, you know,
a lot of niggas was just doing it for like, you know what I mean, the 15 minutes of fame, and they like 7 block radio. It's like, oh, you saw Tata Monelito on the battle and shit on YouTube. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna say all artists didn't take it serious. There was a lot of.
There was a couple that did, man. Shout out to y'all, man. One love, man. Bless, I appreciate y'all. There's a lot of niggas who still hit me up talking about, yo, I'm ready for the next event. So
let me ask you a question. When it comes to battle rap, right? Because you guys are really into that world. Do you feel, as a fan of battle rap, that if there's a match that you've been waiting to watch, right? A lot of hype, whatever, and then the guy's about to start rapping and he chokes and he can't rap. Do you feel as the same as when somebody's watching a pay-per-view match like a Ronda Rousey and gets knocked out so fast, you're like, that's it? This is what I came for?
Yeah, no, because it's even. I feel like it's more painful when you see a nigga choke on stage, man. Because it's just like,
you want him to go in.
I'm like, damn, I'm looking at you like, it's so many people looking at you, and it's a different, man. It's slow, you know what I mean? I know as he got kicked, she hit the floor, she got knocked out. Like that person had to live through that and walk through all that crowd and do all that. So it's really bad.
Even though she known as a tough girl and all that shit, that one fight just made her look different. Like even like Pacquiao, you know, he was Pac-Man, and then that one fight, he went night.
All right, I'm gonna ask you the last question about the battle league, and then we move on to something different. Why do you think the comeback versus TY never happened? I thought that would have been a very dope battle. I mean, I don't know Comeback like that. T.Y. I talk here and there on the internet, but just because T.Y. is so much of a battle rapper and then T.Y. too.
To be honest, it just didn't make sense. Like, all right, it made sense to a lot of people, like, in a sense where it's like, we want to see this battle, all right? But to T.Y., for him to battle Combat at the time was a problem. You know what I mean? He wanted a certain amount of things. It was both of them.
They both wanted.
What T.Y. wanted didn't go with what Combat wanted. So the battle could not go down. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it was. Originally, they tried to get it go down at a different location and fuck with some other people, and we wasn't with it. And
yeah, we wasn't filming that shit.
And then it was just weird, man. It was just a lot of like rah-rah, fake rah-rah, and this, that, and like a lot. Like I tell you, man, a lot of times it be the batters.
And I don't think T.Y. like needed to do that.
He
like
didn't
it was like
gain anything from it.
Yeah, it was more
That's
like a step down.
He was telling me, he was like, yo, I don't gain anything from that.
No, I know. I understand what
he was like, yo, I'm doing really good. Why would I just battle Combat just because? You know, the big page wants to see me battle Combat. Like, it doesn't make sense.
The reason why I say it is because, like I said, I'm a fan looking from outside in. And Combat was talking about, like, he's the illest.
Shout out to Combat. Shout out to Combat. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's on the grind. He's doing his battles and shit. But, like, you know, like, I don't think, like, he the hardest battler in Hudson County. I'm keeping it real.
Yeah,
you know
we didn't really
like,
take it like that serious.
I don't think he's the hardest battler. Like, he beat me, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't prepared. That was my fault. But, you know, I don't think
if we're going to go to our lengths to book a battle that, you know what I mean, has a lot of hype around it, it has to, like, it also kind of got to make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm putting up on the channel and putting up on the league, I felt like us, Battle in the Garden, compared to a lot of other rap leagues who are like real rap leagues. Yeah. I don't want to say we weren't a real rap league.
I mean,
but
you
like,
guys were beginners.
Yeah, but we were beginners. I'm talking about people who were already like really, really established and shit. The content of the battles, like, it's cool that it's entertaining people in the county. You know what I mean? That's cool, and it's love, and like, I appreciate it forever. You know what I mean? We did a lot of dope shit. But at the same time, I also wanted to be taken serious as a league amongst the other leagues that were going out. And the content just wasn't nowhere near close because we had a lot of people up here just doing whatever they wanted to do. We was just booking battles because of hype. Like, Combat and T.Y. Like, if I'm going to get T.Y. to battle on Big again, at that time when we were saying, I was like, yo, if we going to have T.Y. battle, like, I'd rather throw some bread and actually get him battle like a real name. And have a real classic under our belt so we can attract those views to the channels and keep giving other battlers who are taking it serious more opportunity. Like, Rio, he's dope for real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Rio's dope.
Other people like that, instead of just catering to like all the hoopla, the big page all the time, we had to put a balance on it because at one point I felt like it was just like a circus. Like, I'd be looking through the channel, I'm like, this shit cool, but this shit corny. Like, I know me, like, I wouldn't be watching these battles. You know what I mean? So I had to stop putting a lot more rules, and that's when niggas started getting their feelings hurt.
And if you was to go to the other battle rap chat rooms and shit, you see how the chemistry is different. You know, all the rappers get along. It's all love. It's all love over here too. But you could tell, like, you know,
it's how to
you know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, man. And it's sad because, you know why? And this is not even with music, even with sports. Hudson County always has talent, man. And people can't just give credit to the next man. You know what I mean? Now let me ask you a question. What will you say is a dream match from Hudson County? A match that you wanted to see go down and it didn't go down when y'all were doing it.
Damn, that's a lot.
Does that include,
at least
like,
pick one?
Does that include like rappers that don't battle or that's just the
There's
battle?
a lot of matches.
I want to say Hudson County because you know.
No, I mean like. Does that mean the artists in Hudson County that include the artists in Hudson County that don't battle, or the artists in Hudson County that have battle?
I wanted to get
both. Actually, because you know, like, especially that's a good one because like when you saw Joe Buttons with what's this guy's name that he battled?
Hollow
Exactly. That was crazy. So if you could pick a dream match, I want you to pick one and I want you to pick one. Two artists. It probably battle in you got in your league, or it didn't battle, or artists that you like, yo, he's a dope artist, never battle. I would love to see him with this guy. What do you think would be a dream match that would be like, wow?
If I'm picking a dream match, not a dream match because it sounds kind of weird. Alright, but
I watch too much WWF. I'm sorry, man.
It's all good. So like, alright, if I'm picking a match based on like just a fan of like lyricism and from the city, if I had to pick two niggas to go at it. That shit's hard.
That shit is hard because I'm trying to think right now. Like, yo, there's a lot of motherfuckers.
If I had to pick two niggas to go at it who I feel like pretty dope, it'd either be damn, that shit is hard.
You know what?
Hold on. Nah, it's because I'm thinking of names, but I'm like, damn, I don't even know if that would happen. But that shit crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I do want to see a rematch between T.Y. and Sci. I'm not gonna lie. That's just because when that battle went down, the crowd was so crazy you could barely hear like the bars. But that's one. But
nah, if I was picking a dream match, two niggas who I think battle would never go down, it'd be two alternatives. It'd probably be Live Higher versus Fee.
yes,
I feel like Live Higher was really
that
dope, and I
would
really
be
like Fee.
crazy.
Who's the other one?
Live Higher for 7 Tribes.
No, I know him. And
Or Fee.
Fee from 07.
Oh, okay.
That'd be a dope battle. Or
Oh, wow.
Pep versus Fee.
Okay. Well, you heard it here. Maybe it could happen.
That'd be fire. But nah, I thought that would ever happen. But I just like out of lyrical ability and just like wittiness and them being dope artists, I feel like that'd be a good.
Wait, Fee's the one that's related to Rio?
Yeah, word.
Okay, right?
Yeah,
They're
they're
related,
brothers.
right? All right, cool.
Shout out to Rio, man. You got some other shit coming too.
Oh yeah.
So what's up with you, man? I haven't seen you for a while. Kumba, what's going on in your life?
Man, just a lot. But mostly I'm just focused on just music, man. Just music and
I seen you released a picture, fresh cut.
Oh,
Look like
yeah,
you just came out of court type of stuff.
nah, man. I'm still on my rugged and raw shit, righteous and ratchet shit. I've just been focused on music, man. Like I just stopped doing the battle in the garden events because I was caught up with like real life,
Yeah.
I was getting locked up over bullshit, whatever. But nah, I came out and I just wanted to focus on music because I was focused on just making shit happen as events or like other things like or other people. I just never really focused on myself as an artist 100%. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what, I'm focusing on music. So I like right now I've been doing a lot, just being in the studio a lot every day or try to be mostly every day with Sci, just recording tracks and shit and just, you know what I'm saying, come out with some fucking fuego and shit, just drop bombs.
Yeah, because I always seen you like, you always be behind the scenes of everybody
Oh
around.
hell yeah!
You know
I always try to be in like different studios and meet other artists. I'm a fan first. I'm
Yeah.
definitely a fan first before an artist, and I listen to a lot of artists from around here. Like I don't even listen to. I barely listen to the radio. I just listen to artists and whatever, and I just like bump certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I just be in different studios. I meet other artists, and I'm just mad cool. Like I'm the type of person you smoke a blunt with. We freestyle and it's just vibes. All the time.
Kumba's definitely the social butterfly, bro. Out of like me and him, that nigga be everywhere, bro.
But with who you work on when Sci ain't around though? Because being the fact that Sci is lives out of.
What do you mean? Like what I do when he
Like
not
no,
around?
like you said you be working in the studio
Or-
by yourself or with other.
Yeah, so shout out to Photo Phobos, from Neo MCs. He be helping me. I'll be recording with him and shit, and Vinny Black. Or I'll just try to be like in Hoboken too. You know what I'm saying? I'll be recording out there. I have recorded with Frankie Metals. Shout out to him. And like I'll try to, anybody that has a studio, like I'll try out the studio to see if I record, to see if I like the sound, the quality, and try to make music or build,
So are we seeing a Kumba project in 2017 or?
Hell yeah, man. KWB, Kid with the Boombox, Volume 1 is definitely coming out.
Okay.
It's a long time coming because I've been dying to drop something. I haven't dropped anything. I've been rapping for like 10 years, but I'm mostly known for being behind the scenes, like you said,
Are you fully done with that project or no?
Nah, it's like 45% done right now.
So that means it's not 100%
It's
done.
not 100% done.
So that means there's space for a Famine beat?
Yeah, there's definitely space for a family beat.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah.
What's up with you? Are you coming out with a project this year?
I'm definitely coming out with a project this year, man. I'm coming out with a project, I want to say, probably beginning of March, end of February. It's going to be called 20.
I see you on social media. You be trying to do too much. You're going to drive yourself crazy.
But I be doing a lot.
I be trying to do the same
I
thing,
be
yo. And
doing
at
a
the end
lot.
of the day, I feel like, yo.
I'm not going to lie, yo. I be doing a lot, yo. But I feel like it's worth it, yo.
No, it's better. When you have control of your own, like
Yeah.
anything you want to do, it's better. If you always depend on somebody, you're never going to get nothing
Yeah,
done.
I hate that. Like, I always wanted to be self-sufficient. You know what I mean? All the time. So, yeah, man, I got a project coming out 2992. It's been a little bit of hype around the city. yeah, man, I really look forward to just, cause before this, I used to be very boom bap, like orientated. Everything was like very deep, depressing music with, you know, OTs.
That's the music I love.
I'm not gonna lie, I love that music, man. And when I was younger, a lot of like, cause I ain't used to like Jay-Z like that, cause I felt like, nigga, Jay-Z's alright, but there's so much niggas who are way more better lyrically or making music than Jay-Z. And I was like, I didn't like him. And then I remember my brother always used to tell me, yo, when you get older, you're gonna understand. You know what I mean? And I never understood what he mean, but like, now I'm older and I kind of also feel that type of music now, like where it's just more about the feel than what they're actually saying. I don't know if it makes sense. I feel like before I was doing a lot of like rapping, and I'm glad that I know how to do it, because now it just helps me in anything I want to know how to. I want to do in music, but I like doing records now more based off the feel. I felt like before I just felt like I had to be the most like lyrical rapper ever. You know what I mean? And
so
now,
you feel like now it's more melodies?
Now it's more melodies and orchestrating records for me. You know what I mean? I get more of a feel off that and just like how everything sways. You know what I mean? It hits one another. And yeah, but there be moments where I be in the studio with him and Coons be doing his hip hop shit where I'm like, damn, yo, I want to jump on that shit. I miss that shit. You know what I mean?
People love hip hop, man.
Yeah, hip hop.
People try to front, but you gotta understand. It's like, I'm gonna give you one of the best examples. You got artists like French Montana, right? He'll hit you with the #1 club records, but when he come out with his mixtape, he got his producer, that he does all the hip hop records for French Montana. He don't do the club records. He only does like the sample records and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like when he come out with those records, people go crazy for. You know, when you got people like Joel Santana coming back, people appreciate it. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people try to say hip hop's dead, but I feel like people is just too lazy to do it. You know?
Yeah, it's not hip hop. Yo, to be honest, alright. I think the version of hip hop that I grew up, watching and listening to and all that, that's definitely dead. I feel like, you know what I mean? Because the game is just so different now, man. If you look at everybody who's really signed right now and the whole youth and that generation, like, it's just so different, bro. It's not gonna.
Look, man. Let me
it's
say
it's,
something.
it's
Hold
so
up,
different. Like, don't get me wrong. There's always gonna be like the essence, and you're always gonna have to look for good music. It's always gonna be out there. You know
but that's what hip hop is. That's the essence.
Great.
Is the core.
But I remember listening to DMX on the radio, Biggie on the radio, Pac on the radio. I remember hearing these records where it was more organic. You know what I mean? And it was just.
Well, you gotta understand, the radio
man.
station is controlled by companies.
At the same time, that was a different era. When hip hop first came out, there was no hip hop on the radio, and you had to go look for that shit. When in the 70s, there was no hip hop on the radio. You had to, I'm a 90s baby. The only reason I know that is because my uncle, he the one that put me on.
At least, like, I felt like we was talking about this in the crib. I don't want to say we like last of a generation, baby. We one of those that bridge the gap. You know what I mean? Because a lot of niggas, like, say younger than me, who are like 20, 19, 18 now. A lot of
How
them,
old are you now?
I'm 24. I'm about to be 25 in like.
So you think your generation is the last generation that might know about the difference?
I think so.
Our generation is the last generation to appreciate. You know what I'm saying?
Or might know, like, cause like my brother and my sister. My sister's alone is like 10 years older than me, and my brother's probably like 15 years older than me. I'm terrible with numbers. I'm sorry. But my sister was like a heavy Pac fan, and my brother was a heavy Biggie fan, and at least I had that, like, you know what I mean. So like I wasn't planning music that I could go search, that like jingles and melodies that were familiar to me, that when I would get older I could go back and listen to, and you know what I mean, really do this. But with the internet nowadays, man, everything moves so fast. I could put out a record tonight, and in 3 days it feel like it's been out for like a week. It's old, you know what I mean. So it's just.
Well, the thing, you know what I said when I meant before, when I said about people are lazy to do hip hop, I feel like it's just like you said. Nowadays, it's just you can't go to record stores no more to get it. So you have to search on internet. Yeah. There's a lot of people that still do underground hip hop. That is dope. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you got people like J. Cole that just came out with a project. You know what I mean? And when he came out of nowhere, everybody just started going crazy. Like, oh, I want to start doing that type of music back.
I didn't even listen to J. Cole's project because I knew, like, I didn't want him to take me off my zone. Like I get inspired, yo. Everything I do is off inspiration, you know, when it comes to music. So right now I'm doing this whole wavy, melodic shit. But next project, like I found myself now, like I say, I be in the studio with him, and he be playing some hip hop beats, and I'm like, yo, I want to do that, but I want to do that with this. Like, I want to find like a mixture, like something that still sounds organic to me.
But you could be universal, you know what I mean? And I think when you're universal, you win more because you could get somebody that maybe now might be about trap music, but maybe that one record you do is different. I'm like, you know what? I'm a fan of him now.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So it's like, people just gotta look for the sound. You know what I mean? Even producers now, they won't go back and try to, you know, they just want to do trap. You know what I mean? Which I don't have nothing against it. You know what I mean?
Word.
But I believe hip hop is there, man.
Hip hop is definitely there.
Hip hop
is the ones that try to do it from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like don't try to like, okay, like if Drake was to drop a new track tonight,
yeah,
how many artists are gonna go and take that beat and rap on it? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool and all. You know what I'm saying? But like, we're like, and you're displaying talent, but I want to hear your show. What can you come up with? What's your vibe? You know, you're going off of somebody else's vibe and just like assimilating. You know what I'm saying? The style of the raps or coming out with your own rap, but it's still like, nah, that's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're doing that all the time, like, I'm not knocking artists for doing that. Like, if you're an artist and you destroyed like a couple of tracks like that, that's fire, you know, that's fire, you know, that's you know what I'm saying? But if you keep doing that, you know what I'm saying, and not like trying to be original is like how you an artist, what are you creating? An artist creates, you know what I'm saying? So
now let me ask you a question. Being the fact that you brought up Drake, what do you guys think of ghostwriting?
Oh my God. Okay, let me say one thing. If you're a rapper, ghostwriting, you're not a rapper if you're doing the ghostwriter. Now it's different if you're a singer, you know what I'm saying? If you're singing and you take a ghostwriter, that's different. You know that they can't hit those notes. You know what I'm saying? When you write, it's from the soul. You know, it's from the mind.
That's
you know?
the whole point of it. You know what I mean? Like, I forgot. I was watching an interview where someone said this, but it's like when you see Mike Tyson in the ring, he was really throwing them punches. That's what made it dope. That was really him. You know what I'm saying? So it takes away like that. I don't know. It takes away that feel where it's like the greatness.
Well,
someone.
now you know the reason why I asked this question is because me, I buy albums. I still buy albums, and I gotta have the CD.
Dope.
You know what I mean? Because you go to my house and I have a collection of albums.
That's why.
And the main reason why I love the album is because I love going through credits. You know what I mean? I like to see who engineered, where they recorded their records and stuff like that. So, Dr. Dre, which in today's day, he's one of the iconic producers, you know what I mean? But one thing I found crazy about it is I'm a producer myself, and every time, pay attention when I say this, if you go to a booklet, records that he produced for 50, Eminem, or everybody, it'll say produced by Dr. Dre, but then it'll say bassline played by, keys played by. So how does that make him? Can you say he's not a iconic producer because of that?
Someone told me this the other day because I was getting into a discussion where I was like, you know, a lot of people don't know Andy Warhol didn't really paint a lot of his stuff. He traced it, and then when he in the height of his career, he got a lot of painters to come in, and basically do his shit. Yeah. And people were like, oh, so he's like Dre. I was like, nah, man, because I feel like Dre was really cutting records in the beginning, though. Like when NWA first started, at least that's what they say. You know what I mean? So I feel like he got to the point where he didn't have to do it no more. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy because it is art at the end of the day. Yeah. But as long as he's still in the studio, yo, like, I feel like Dre is the only person who could get that pass, yo, because it's Dre. But if he's in the studio orchestrating shit, I mean, I guess, man, he's OG in the game, but I feel like writing is different, man.
The reason why I ask is because you guys don't really be into producing. You guys are artists more, so to see it from you guys the way you see it, that's the reason why I ask. Because people were quick to go against Drake and turn on him because of this.
If it wasn't Drake, I feel like everybody else would be okay. But it just because it's Drake, people are just like, you know, it's really like if there was any other producer doing what Dre is doing, you know what I mean, and he'd be as critically acclaimed, well, it probably wouldn't be all right. But
I know Tim did it for a while. Timberland, he had Danger producing a lot of records for him.
I believe that Timber was huge at one point.
You know what I mean? No, Timberland's Timberland. At the end of the day, Timberland can come out tomorrow and it'll be a hit. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that I know people like Timberland, people like Dre, they so huge and they had other people behind them. Because Dre, for one time, he had Scott Storch doing a lot of stuff for him. You know what I mean? Just like Danger produced a lot of records that people thought was Timberland. You know? Right. So, but the reason, like I said, the reason I ask is because I sit in studios and people would just talk hours when the whole Drake and Meek Mills thing went on, and people would say about the ghostwriting part. But then I started, like I said, I started going through Brooklyn and I see, all right, produced by Dre, but then I'll say bass line played by this guy, keys played by this guy. So as a producer, why is it a big difference compared from an artist?
Well, for me, I say for a producer, that, you know, I don't think is that because they still orchestrating the song. You know what I'm saying? They could take a beat or whatever it's like sounds, and they still gonna create their own way how to do it. Now, if they're not creating the beat entirely and they're not putting it together entirely, and they just somebody made the work and they just putting their name on it, then you're a fraud, man. You're a fraud.
No, if Dre is in there, like saying, I want the violin to sound like, you know what I mean? I'm saying, if he's doing that for an instrument, then I feel like, he's still producing, man. But writing is different, man. And I feel like a lot of people just didn't like that from Drake because he claims to be like number one, like top 5. You know what I mean? Especially with the pen and all that. So
after I heard like Drake, like he don't like when after he got high as a ghostwriter, I couldn't really respect. Even though I like some of his songs,
he's like a fucking like I don't know, man, like an idea, bro. Like he's like a machine, bro. Like,
well, he's
now he's unstoppable.
Now he's an actor, like you know, he was an actor first before an artist, you know.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
so
but
that's what I feel. I feel like.
At the same time, is he a rapper or is he a singer?
He's an entertainer, man. He's really good at doing what he's doing right now.
He's a different breed. He's a different breed of artist.
C's, no, it's not C's. I keep saying C's, my bad. Sci.
Man.
What's in your iPod? What's in your radio? What do you listen to?
To be honest, I listen to a lot of my shit. I know it sounds cliche, but I really do, just because I'm still not all the way done making my tape. And I could get influenced, you know what I mean? And I hate that shit. Like sometimes you subconsciously hear something, and you know, and you
think it sounds like, oh damn, it sounds like this.
Yeah, it sounds like this. So I hate that shit because that shit be throwing me off. So I try not to listen to it. But if I'm on the regular, like niggas I fuck with, Big Sean, J. Cole, Tory Lanez, a little bit of Travis Scott, and just like the hip hop shit. I still listen to that shit all the time. Joe Budden, Terminology, you know, Log, Styles, Kids, Fugees, Lauryn Hill. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is like my top 5 favorite album.
Fire.
What about you, Kumba? Who you listen to right now?
Mick Jenkins, Nasty, Teddy Andreas. I do listen to Seven Tribes. Like I said, a lot of local people. Man, Wu-Tang all day.
Forever.
Respect the Wu.
Forever.
I also listen to like a lot of oldies, yo. Like I listen to like, you know, Pink Floyd or like the Beatles and things like that. Yeah. You know, that's when I'm like really zoned out.
Weird, yo. I used to love listening to oldies, yo. When I had my little like kick to produce and shit, and I had the machine. I bought myself a turn of you know, one of those things that the vinyls and it records it in MP3 into the computer. And I used to hit Salvation Army and just cop an eighth and just smoke mad blunts and just go through all the records I dug out. That shit is pure as fuck, yo. I used to love doing that shit. I could sample here and there and make a quick simple beat, but I'm not gonna lie and sit here and be like,
just imagine the studio sessions of them records.
Yeah, for real.
You know,
everything was live.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And you know what's crazy? That it bugs me out that everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people that do music, you know, like I was saying before, they want to get on like a beat that already came out, or if a producer trying to make a beat that's similar to a beat that already came out. And there's so many records that are unheard that are like it's the gold. You know what I'm saying? That you could
I feel like
create
that's
something
producers
like
too, yo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it's y'all fault too, yo. That the scene, that the music has to be how it is, because every producer sees what like one producer's doing who's hot at the moment, and
like, that's what's hot.
Just start making the same.
No,
sound.
You can't blame them producers.
Yeah,
you know why? You know why? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this straight up, and this is I gotta back up the producers.
All right.
The reason why I say this is because I'll talk to anybody.
Right.
Like, yo, what's up? I need, you know, yo, send me some beats. But like, what you want? Send me a 2 Chainz beat. What do you mean 2 Chainz beat? Or send me this type of beat. Like, why does it have to be some? You know what I mean? I feel like if you tell me that, it already takes away from the record.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like
I should be able to give you a record, and you sit down and I used to do this with my partner Redline. I would give him a record and he'll switch the whole concept of the record. And and there's beats that I thought it were corny, and the way he flipped to the beats, he made my beat stand out crazy. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Redline. I definitely listen to it.
That's what I tell people all the time, man. Like, production is important, but a lot of times it's what you do behind the production, yo. Like, a lot of people say, like, Nas's beats is bad, but you still love Nas because that nigga is, his voice, like, he uses voice as an instrument. He's a beast, you know what I mean? When he came to rapping. So, yeah, man, like, producing is dope, though, man, but I still feel like if there's not as much artists putting out a certain... Every producer I link up with, bro, and they play me beats, it's always trap, like majority, like that's what they be playing, yo. It's always trap. It's not like I don't go into producer and he plays me some like neo soul, some fucking, you know what I mean, some smooth out shit, maybe some wavy shit, maybe some trap, like a variety, like it's just one pocket, yo. And I'm like,
let me say so. I feel like all that is really the media's fault at the end of the day, because no matter what, it's like the reason people making that type of music is because that's their ear, that's what they like, that's their flavor.
Well, what's selling records?
That's what's selling records.
That's what's selling records, you know.
Bro.
But when you put on the radio, what you hear all the time,
I really be on YouTube,
you know. So
reading the comments and they be like,
and it's not even
Yachty
you
is
hear
dope.
trap, and that's the thing about the radio. It's not that you hear trap, you hear the same thing.
The
There's
same
times that
vibe.
you go from Hot 97 to Power 105, but it's the same song.
That's because the labels pay them niggas, bro.
Yeah, that's payola.
You gotta pay to play, bro, on the radio.
And that's kind of you know, it's kind of whack, you know, because you don't give other artists that got talent to shine, and that's why music is so dumbed down, you know, because you don't give other artists to shine. They just want to dumb down people, so they.
I feel like we're slow. I feel like it's for the East anyway. It's slowly in a better state, you know. I feel like New York got a couple people in this last year that they.
I ain't gonna front though. I get mad when people say, "Oh, New York is back." Like, nah, man. New York has always been there.
Yeah, New York always been there. You just, like I said, you just had to look for it, and not only that, like.
But they mean in a sense where it's like, all right, now they're listening to New York, but before New Yorkers was doing what the South was doing, bro.
No, and they still are. I mean,
lot of them.
It's just but like, not for nothing. I got very, I was very happy when I heard Jewels on the track with him, Redman, Method Man, Busta Rhymes. Like, you don't hear that no more like that. You know what I'm saying? So when he released that record like that, I was like, wow, this is dope. Now let me ask you a question. I want y'all to think this very clearly, because you know what I'm about to say. And this is first of all, you Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Kumba, you Spanish?
Yeah.
All right. And this is deep. Why you think Latin artists are overlooked?
To be honest, yo,
I'll give you because they look at hip hop as a black people thing.
It's like a black sport.
It's like a black people thing. Like if they you know, I'm happy you asked that
I don't
question.
even think it's music though. I just feel
no, it's music.
It's music, brother.
I feel like that's
not music.
I feel like that's in every. To be honest,
because you know, if you're doing salsa,
all right, yeah. If you're doing that, but I mean, like, all right, how do I say this shit? And here in America, you know what I'm saying? Like, Hispanic people get overlooked and by a lot of shit, whether it be deaths or people dying. It's much more important because of media when someone black dies or something white happens to people. So I feel like Hispanics is just kind of like blurred lines, bro. It's just like we fall under a category with the blacks, but we're not the blacks, so we don't get mentioned. We're colored, but we're not.
But it's the same thing with all
you know
people, with Chinese people, Asian people.
So I feel like in music, it's just an American thing, and I feel like there's black Americans and you white, you're American, but if you're Spanish, you're not American. And
because listen, the reason why I say this is I always bring this question up to everybody. Like when I was doing the Basement Online Radio, I had Poli Hustle, I had Ray Pearson, I had who had I forgot, I had somebody else. And this is a question that I always ask. When people mention top 5 rappers of all time, you know what I'm saying? Impossible. This is my thing. I believe that if you are a rapper that have less than 5 albums, your name should not be on that list. And the reason why I say this, The reason why I say this.
But then that means that a lot of the goats won't be on that list.
But this is what
Like
I'm coming
Pun
from.
or Pac.
But this is what I'm coming
Nah,
from.
Pac got like 7 albums.
But no, Pac,
yeah,
you can't compare.
yeah,
Pac,
yeah.
Pac is more than Jay-Z. So he has more than Jay-Z.
Yeah,
But this is why I'm saying
too.
it. This is the reason why I'm saying it. And this is what I want to understand. That's why I came up with the question, why Latins are overlooked. I feel like you can't put Biggie on that list if you're not going to put Pun.
It's different, bro.
Nah.
It is.
It is.
I know it's not
It's-
different. I know it's not
Yeah,
different
that's-
to it's not different to me, cause I listen to Pun Beware, like that was my shit for a whole 5 years straight, nigga, in the morning.
Beware. We can't do this shit to
So,
be physical.
so I understand that, but it's just different, man. Like I don't know, man. I feel like Pun was the only one that got that close. I don't feel like there was nobody else besides Pun that got that.
There was
close
a lot
that
of
Spanish
there was a
rapper.
lot of Spanish rappers, man.
That the guy that's closest Pun to be really like fucking a star, bro. Like all over.
Yeah, well, you know, like,
Who?
of course, you have B-Nuts. You know what I'm saying?
They were not even
but
close.
they're not platinum, like
Yeah.
platinum artists. Yeah, Big Pun.
Big Pun was the one that opened the doors. And I
only one.
believed if he would have been alive,
If
I
he
think
would've been
Terror Squad would have been the foundation of Latin
would've.
artists saying, listen.
That's
but
all Fat
go-
Joe's. That's all Fat Joe's
Yeah.
fault.
But my thing is,
No, none of that
about
shit.
the question I asked y'all, when you talk about I believe you have to have at least 5 albums under your belt. There's no way impossible you have one album and you consider a GOAT.
I mean, yeah, I guess
One
you could
album,
say that.
yeah.
I would say like
2-3 albums.
3 to 5
3.
to be in this discussion. Yo, because there's people who have 10 albums and your 10 albums could be trash. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
you
no,
have-
no,
you know
no.
what I mean?
You're right about that.
So, I don't know, man.
What if the album, you know, has enough tracks, not an EP, like a full album, and it's constructive, like the creativity on it, and the concepts, has subject matter, it has
Alright,
different type
Kendrick
of feel.
Lamar, Good Kid, Mad
Mad
City.
City,
If he
thank
only
you.
had dropped that album and then doesn't drop another fucking album,
You can't say he's a GOAT. I'm
He's not
sorry.
a GOAT, but
he's not a GOAT, but that
album,
nigga's a mythological
It was-
creature.
it was
in
a good-
hip-hop. You know what I'm saying?
It was,
Because that
but it
shit's
was a
crazy.
good album.
It was an amazing
was a
You
album.
can't
great
say he's a
album.
GOAT. I'm sorry. And the thing is, this is the reason why I say is because we're talking about. We're not talking about 2014 or 2013. I'm talking about since it started
Since
to
it
now.
started?
You know what I'm saying? And
Nah,
the reason,
I feel
remember,
you.
you're in a different time. Everybody has different, and their ages is different here.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? And where you listen to hip hop is not the same place he did and I did. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So when we have these conversations, and I'm telling you, and you know what's crazy? If I could put all the clips of me asking questions to everybody has a different answer. And that's what I love about that question. It's something that when I be by myself, I just be like, and I listen to the internet, and these kids is like, it gets me mad, but I'm not gonna be attacking somebody on social media. You know what I mean?
Nah, the kids get me mad, but it gets me mad how like
It's not the kids, man.
It's not it. What you mean, yo?
It's the
kids,
media.
Whatever, man. But I feel like, for example, like Lil Yachty saying Biggie is overrated, or saying that like Drake is
Wow.
or shit like that. But you gotta understand, that's how a lot of niggas his age think. That nigga's 18, I think.
No,
or
I don't
19.
blame him for saying that.
You know what
what
I
I mean?
mean?
It is what it is. I don't blame him for saying that.
I
But-
think he's a her for saying that. That's just QG.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. At the same time, that's really how they feel. Like they didn't grow up listening to that shit, and they just be bugging me out. Sometimes I be chilling with niggas just maybe 2 years younger than me, and I be bumping shit from like when I was growing up in the early thousands or some shit like that, and they'll be like, "What's that?" I'm like, "You don't even remember that? That's crazy, yo." Like it just bugs me out. So I could imagine. You know what I mean, when you 18, like you don't know none of that music. So to them,
Another thing too, like, but if nobody was put on, you know, like put onto that music from young, or you know, and they just listen to Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi, or Migos all the time, and you try to show them like, even if you trying to like, oh, not even like, oh, nah, this shit is better, but like, yo, be open minded, listen to them, like, no, that nigga's ass, this is the fire, like, you know what I'm saying? They won't be even open minded, you know. So
I'll be honest with you. As my age and me being old, I would never say in an interview or anywhere, and I never did say I grew up listening to KRS One and Big Daddy Kane, because I'll be lying. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I grew up with Wu-Tang, Fat
Okay.
Joe, Mobb Deep. That's the people I grew up to. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you will have your old school people more older than me, then they'll eat me alive for saying
that's
stuff
what
like that. You know what I mean?
Like there's probably niggas like older niggas who like when we said like, oh, this nigga's a goat, they're like, nah, he's not being Big Daddy Kane. You know what I mean? So I guess it's just the same shit. It just sucks that like in this generation where we're at, it's
Because what
so bad.
defines a GOAT in your eyes?
It's somebody that's done.
You gotta be more than the music, bro.
Somebody that's timeless, that
Iconic.
Yeah,
That
you
done-
gotta
that
be
done
more than the
memorable-
music. Tupac was more than the music.
Yeah, he's definitely he. Not even as a rapper, as a person, he's just a goat. You know what I'm saying, girl? He did like he spoke about real shit. You know, his music was real. Like he done.
Jordan was more than the game. Iverson, niggas like that. Like you gotta be fucking.
You know who will go, to me on the low who will go? Akon.
Akon's not a goat.
He a goat. He bring billions of
Maybe
people
a goat.
like.
He's not, but he did some shit.
That's a goat.
He did
And he from Hudson
some
County.
amazing shit. But in music, like he's not a goat though. Music, we say.
Nah, not music, but he does music. But
So we're gonna say this. Who's your top 3 GOAT?
My top 3 greatest of all time.
Yeah. And you thinking while he's saying, you gotta think of yours.
This is if it's only top 3. These niggas just.
And
gotta
if you
go
have a
in.
number, then start from number 3, 2, and then your number 1 GOAT.
of all time, like music.
Yeah, from the beginning to when you listen to music.
If there's
now.
only 3, these niggas just gotta go in because they more of my whole style. I gotta be in no order because I can never put it in an order. Eminem, Nas, and Tupac. Those are the top 3 niggas that like I really listen to ridiculously.
What about you, Kumba?
Nah, I can't say of all time. I can't say GOAT. I would say favorite because
Yeah, see, Kumba, he gets nervous with these questions.
I say
Because it means a lot to him, bro. He's
Nah,
like,
I
"Oh,
understand it. That's why I like asking him questions like this.
I say favorite. I want to say of all time.
Well, in your list. It's
in my
not
list-
about what people think is your list, because your list could be different from other people.
Yeah.
So it's your
Number
list.
one, not no order, but number one, definitely Redman.
Word.
You know, he just rugged. That's crazy. Joey Badass. Even though there's a lot
all
of artists.
time, no, my nigga.
Not all time.
Nah, he's
Like,
saying of all
All
time.
time.
all
bro.
time.
Since you
Alright,
started
Red-
listening to music,
That's
to now.
crazy.
That's why I picked who I picked because
Redman,
they, you know what I mean,
Eminem.
no more.
Just because I feel he get overlooked in this conversation. Not in this conversation, but in conversations, and he always got bars and real nigga shit. Big L.
Big L word. All right. But you see, that's the Big L goes in the same
Big-
bag as Pun, and it's like they didn't get
nah,
the
I don't feel like
experience.
Pun and Big L are in the same bag. I feel like
No,
Pun
what
is
I
way
mean by
ahead of
that-
Big L.
Huh?
I feel like Pun is way ahead of Big L.
No, I
man.
don't mean that. As far as I mean, like they didn't get to.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
even Biggie. Not for nothing. Biggie only
he
did 2
died hella
albums.
soon,
you know what I
bro.
mean? And he didn't get to really. You know what I mean? He didn't get to tour worldwide. You know what I mean? He didn't get to do a lot of things that people got to do now.
The only
you know?
thing with Biggie though that sets them apart, even with Pac, is that his album was called Ready to Die, and the concept was crazy. And then at the end, in real life, he died. So it's like that's
It's like
artistic.
he called it.
That's artistic within itself. You know what I'm saying? So who names besides Pac probably who could pull that off? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, that's the law of attraction, man.
That's
You
powerful.
say you really. That's why I stopped writing so much like depressing hip hop records because I started finding like anytime I listen to my music, that shit would get me hella sad, and I was just bringing that shit on more. Yeah, bro, that shit's real, bro. That's why I don't like making videos of me dying and none of that crazy shit, yo. Swear to
Now
God.
let me ask you a question, and the reason why I say this, because me growing up, I was never too much crazy of a Pac fan. Not because I didn't like his music, but it's just that I was so obsessed with Wu-Tang that like if you wasn't part of Wu-Tang, I would not listen to. I think that's the only reason why I started listening to Mobb Deep, because Wu-Tang featured them, Nas and all them. You know what I mean? Do you really believe that a lot of the concept of behind Ready to Die, Tupac had to do with that? Because he feels like Biggie stole that from him or something like that?
What do you mean that Ready to Die? The Biggie concept was a Tupac thing?
No, like, cause I remember I heard somewhere from Tupac saying that he said something. Oh, that whole Ready to Die shit, that's my shit. Like I don't know when he was locked up or something. He came home that Biggie did the whole thing.
I don't think Biggie took that from Pac. I think Pac said that because if you listen to Pac, a lot of his music he always talk about dying. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. He called him too, like, you know, like he's gonna die, like Hail Mary, the whole Machiavelli thing, you know what I'm saying? Is like he was always talking about dying, but he didn't make an album called Ready to Die, you know what I'm saying? And not even that, like that.
I just made mad songs.
Yeah, and Biggie
he was gonna die.
And Biggie was it was like a movie. Like every track was like something different happening. You know what I'm saying? Like from the first track, like back in the days, and then like the other song, like it was just different. It was like, okay, it's different scenes to like a movie, you know. And then at the end, you know, he just committed suicide, which didn't happen. He got killed, but it's still crazy that he still died right after that.
What?
So you say Eminem, Tupac, Nas, and you say Redman, Eminem, and Big L.
Big L. Nas, damn. It's just too many.
Nas
bro.
is just like a GOAT. Eminem is just a GOAT. Even though I think he's really, really bad now, man, and it hurts my soul, but all his early shit was amazing, so he's still on my top. And Tupac was just fucking, like, he was more than music, bro. That's what I like about Tupac. Like, anytime people bring on, I have a argument about Biggie, which I love Biggie because I bump that shit too, but I feel like Biggie was, like, if I'm chilling in the whip and I'm having a good time and we're smoking around, I got shorties in the car, I probably would rather listen to a Biggie record. You know what I mean? It's more bouncy. You know what I mean? It got that flavor. But if I'm vibing, like, I don't know, bro. Anytime I Ain't Mad At Ya comes on, it's just different feel, bro. Like, he made records that stand the test of time.
And you said, another thing I would say, you say you listen to albums and shit. Like, what are your three favorite albums?
3 albums, definitely Only Built for Cuban Links, the purple tape.
Yes,
you know, that's something that people never try to mention, but that next to Ready to Die and Illmatic those are 3 powerful albums that it's just, you know, I mean, I understand Rick Warren is hard because he was part of a big group, and you know what I mean, but
the purple tape, that was like a movie too, you know, the first song you hear like him snorting cold.
I would say that one, Murder Music from Mobb Deep, or Hell on Earth, one of them two. It's very hard. And I would say Marshall Mathers.
You know what's crazy about all the albums you mentioned? All those albums sound like when you listen to them from front to back, there is like a movie. Yeah. Like now, like when you listen to albums now, they're just tracks put together. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no skit, there's barely any skits or like
even the third verse is gone now.
Even the third verse is gone.
That don't exist no more, bro.
Like I don't know. And before
do people still write 16s? It feels like it's 8 bars and then just back to the hook. Back to the hook.
12s is the new thing, bro.
I hate that. 12. Especially when I do a beat, people be like, cut it to 12. Like, nah, dog, you writing 16s. I'm not going back to that shit. But definitely, those are albums that I love, man. Like, Built for Cuban Links was just like every time I listen to that album, the first record that I always love listening to is Wu Gambino's. For the simple fact that it has the skit before the record, and then you hear just that's the record that defined them when they changed their name, which a lot of people don't might not know it, but Wu-Tang was probably one of the first groups ever to have AKAs. You know what I mean? Like Method Man was AKA Johnny Blaze. You know, everybody had AKA.
Starks,
you know what I'm saying? They the ones that actually gave Nas Escobar. You know what I mean? Like it was in that record Wu Gambino's. You know what I mean? So it's like when I heard it, it's just, and then my favorite all-time producer is RZA. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just Wu-Tang is just, I don't know, something that I never stop listening to. Man.
That's your favorite producer, RZA?
Yeah, RZA and Havoc.
That's crazy. I never heard that for producer. That's dope.
Yeah, because you know what is it? People would be quick to jump the gun and say Dre or Just Blaze or Timbaland, you know what I mean? But people don't understand the work that RZA put. I haven't seen, in today's day, you can't tell me one producer what RZA done. And what I mean by that is RZA produced 13 or 15 tracks of individual albums that went platinum. And you're talking about Enter the 36 Chambers, Method Man to Cal, Old Dirty Bastard, Return to 36 Chambers, Genius, Liquid Swords, Rick Warren, Only Built for Cuban Links, Iron Man, Ghostface Iron Man, Capadonna The Pillage, Wu-Tang Forever, you know what I mean? RZA did each individual records, you know what I mean? Of course, a Dre, a Timbaland, they produce songs, but if you listen to a whole album, then a lot of production was from different people, you know what I mean? And RZA was one of the first. As a matter of fact, I don't know if it was Just Blaze or Kanye stated that their favorite producer is RZA, because he was one of the first ones in hip hop to sample records the way he did. You know what I mean?
My favorite producer would probably be like Phases or like Pete Rock.
Pete Rock
or some shit like that.
You heard his new album with
I actually haven't.
I like the cover. I haven't heard it, but I like the way the
He
cover
dropped a
looks.
new album with who?
With SZA, I think his name is SZA. SZA, the artist.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yo, R.I.P. J Dilla.
Word.
What you guys think about him?
Jay Dilla's
I don't know
dope,
how
bro.
he's still putting out beats and he been there.
His sampling is like otherworldly. Yo.
How
Sometimes the shit that like.
Bro, it could be 10 years from now and he still putting out beats, but he like the new Tupac for fucking.
I just like his style, yo. I used to listen to Hella Dilla beats and not even rap on it.
Oh,
You know what's
Smoke
crazy?
Dilla. That's that one.
Smoke Dilla.
Smoke Dilla.
Is it Smoke Dilla? I don't know. I'm bugging now.
Smoke Scissor, smoke some shit like that. I don't know.
But I saw the cover and I was like, yeah, that cover's hot.
But
Yeah, Smoke Dilla and P Rock. Don't smoke rock. That's the name of the album.
J Dilla, man. R.I.P. J Dilla.
R.I.P. J Dilla, man.
Well, we definitely I think we cover a lot of stuff in our conversation today.
Word.
I got a question.
What's up?
Who you going for?
What?
Who you going for?
As far as what?
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. You going for either Chris Brown
Or Soulja Boy.
or Soulja Boy.
I'm team Chris Brown, man.
Man, word, yo.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm with
I hope
Chris
they really
Brown.
do it though. I hope they really do
I
it.
think it has to go down.
Because they hyped it
Because
so
I
much.
feel like I think
Yo.
Soulja Boy signed a contract because
With
he got
Mayweather,
he got
right?
$1 million. Or
I think
some shit like
he
that.
did I think he did a press conference with Mayweather on the table, and they were talking about all this
Yeah,
stuff.
but he got definitely some change out that shit because if you see him on IG or whatever, he's buying new cars and he's like, "Yo, shout out to Money Team. Chris Brown made me rich." So he must have signed something for him to get all that bread. So I think he got to do it now because I be watching 50 Cent's Grand and he'd be like, "The fight's still long because he got to do it now."
It's a call now, yeah.
And he be going crazy, yo. That shit is
That
crazy.
shit gonna start a trend, my nigga. I swear to God, that's gonna be That'd
be crazy. That's
They gonna
like
be a
real
fucking-
life celebrity
Well,
deathmatch, man.
Well, the way I
Yeah,
see
that
it is,
shit's fire.
if people are gonna take it to that level of disrespect each other,
You might as well,
you know,
right? And get a check from it.
It's like they say, put the guns down and put the gloves on.
Put
That's
the
it.
gloves
Make
on.
money.
And
You
you
know
get
what
a
I mean?
check from it. Hell yeah, man.
You know?
50 smart man, yo. That's all I'm gonna say. 50 a very smart man. He gonna make mad bread. He know what he doing.
Y'all watch Power?
Power is a
You
show,
know what's crazy?
man.
I never watched Power.
I
ever.
try to
I
tell
never
him all the
watched
time, bro. That shit is ridiculous.
I
You
know
have
it's
to now.
it's
I mean, if you're
probably
gonna
fire.
see it, you have to start now before the
Like,
new
yo, I'm
season
gonna come
start.
out with it real quick, yo. Unplug this. I'm gonna come out with a web series, man. If anybody is interested in doing some acting, you know what I mean, hit me and Kumba up. Yeah, man. Cause I'm really trying to make some movie shit come to life.
Plug your info or your pages
you
and stuff
can
like that.
find me on
YouTube.
Facebook. Just type in fuck, what do they type in? Yo, what's my Facebook name, bro? It's probably my real name because Facebook probably made me change that shit mad times. So type in Michael Sci or Michael C Sci, yo. If you can't find me, I'm sorry, I tried, yo.
What about your
my
Instagram?
SoundCloud? You can find me on SoundCloud /Sci Music, SCI Music. IG, I'm SCI Sci_high, 2 I's and high. And yeah, Coombs, you could probably hit up Coombs. Coombs be everywhere. I know you can find Coombs.
You find me on Burger Lab. Nah, but Kumba. No, well, I'm high as hell. My bad.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I'm
my
lit, yo.
Instagram.
You got an email? At least the email is
email,
universal. Something that people-
KillerKumba@gmail.com. Instagram Kumba201. SoundCloud Kumba201. My real name Jonathan Martin on Facebook. And yeah, 2992 coming soon.
2992 coming soon, man. I'm gonna
KW.
make a lot of y'all niggas mad this year, yo.
Hell
a lot
yeah.
more than I did in 2016, man.
KWB coming soon. We got visuals dropping soon.
Yo, I just shot a movie for my man Coombs, man. It's gonna come out real soon. It's I don't know the name of his record yet, cause
What's your purpose?
What's Your Purpose? Alright, so it's What's Your Purpose? What's Your Purpose is gonna come out real soon. We shot the video. The video is a movie though, man. It looks real crazy. So once y'all see the video, y'all gonna know why. Like I want to do a web series.
who video directed you?
I shot it. Yeah,
All right.
I'm kind of nice, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You gonna put
bro.
the credits there? You gotta make sure your name
Yeah,
was
I'm
there.
gonna put the credits there. I'm proud of it, man. It's my first video that I really took serious and was like, yo. I went out and bought myself a camera, stabilizer, the whole nine, and I was like, I'm just gonna shoot my own shit, yeah. Because I feel like you be getting video directors to do your shit, they be doing like the bare minimum. They just making money, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's never gonna come out how you fully see it. You know what I mean?
definitely.
So I was like, fuck it, and just do it myself. So yeah, man. We self-sufficient over here, man. The whole year, we just gonna keep hitting them with new music, new videos.
Yeah.
So 2992, KWB, and all that shit, man.
Well, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. And, you know, anytime y'all can holler at me. You definitely tune into the Tony Central podcast, and we out.
Yeah, shout out to Tony on Tony Central podcast. This shit fire, man. You know what I'm saying?
Word, man. I had some fun. I was a little hot in the beginning, but you know what I mean, I sobered up towards the end, man. Bless, man.
And shout out to Famine, yo, for real, for doing this, you know what I mean?
What up?
Word up.
Holla.
Don't forget to subscribe to get all the new episodes first. Thank you. See you next time on the Tony Central podcast.